animal has two systems in its body. It has the fermentation system and the enzymatic digestion system. So nutrients of those two systems have to be balanced. So how do we balance the nutrients of those two systems? Remember, the animal has two main types of nutrients that it extracts out of the feed that you give it. It has the energy and the proteins. So you need to meet the energy and protein requirements of the two systems. That's the fermentation side and the digestion side. So how do we meet them? For the fermentation side, we need to balance the fiber levels that will help the fermentation system or the rumen to keep performing optimally. And we help the rumen perform optimally by buffering the acid levels. And it's only the fiber in the feed that will be able to help buffer the acid levels, such that the microbes which help in fermentation are able to break down or to degrade the feed that you have given them. That is one area that you need to balance. Then the second area that you need to balance is the true stomach side, where we now need enzymatic breakdown of the feed. So the enzymatic breakdown of the feed need highly soluble carbohydrates. That is the starches and the sugars that you'll be able to get out of the maize or the grain feed ingredients. Those are the sources of the highly digestible carbohydrates. So that is one area that you need to balance. Then the second area that you need to balance are the protein requirements of the two systems. That is balancing the protein requirements of the rumen, that is of the microbes, and then the protein requirements of the true stomach that has which requires enzymatic digestion. So how do we balance the two protein requirements? We balance the protein requirements by providing what we call rumen degradable protein for the fermentation side, or for the rumen. And then we also balance the true stomach protein requirements by providing what we call the rumen undegradable protein sources. So we have a number of sources that will provide the rumen degradable protein and the rumen undegradable protein. For example, rumen degradable protein, soybean is a good example, urea, and a number of forage-based legumes. Then for the rumen undegradable protein, we also have a number of sources like the cottonseed cake, sunflower cake, and so forth. Those are two main nutrients that have to be balanced for the two systems. That is the fermentation side and the enzymatic degradation side that you need to balance. In addition to that, we need to balance the fat content of the ration by providing not more than 5% of the ration. We need to balance the vitamins, and we also need to balance the minerals.